Once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for this election. And I want to say something personal, because being in the EGP is always very personal to me. I don't come from a very political family, and it's not that, my parents, since I was little, always told me, okay, you are going to stand in the spotlight and be a politician. But ever since I have come to events of the European Green Party, I have been part of this European Green family, there have always been people who believed in me. And this means the world to me. I wouldn't be the politician that I am today without all of you, and I will be internally thankful for this. Thank you so much for this election. I can tell you I will put my heart and soul into this election campaign. Thank you so, so much. I want to use this opportunity to speak about something which apparently is very important to all of us. It's standing there. It's courage. And I want to basically talk about the courage that I think we will need for the election campaign that is ahead of us. But before I go into this, I want to speak about two people who, together with Bas and me, had a lot of courage. Because putting forward a candidacy in an election like this is not something that you just do. You need to have courage to do that. So I really want to thank Elina and Benny for doing that. You have been fantastic contenders, and we are so happy that you ran in these elections. Thank you so, 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 so much. But I also want to speak about other people who have shown courage, and one of them was on stage here yesterday. Svetlana Tikhanovskaya, who is one of the people in Belarus who is standing up to brutal oppression. We have hundreds of people in prison. We have hundreds of people, thousands of people all across the world who are political prisoners. We have women in Iran who are standing up to oppression. We have people all across the world that are fighting for freedom. And I want to make sure that in this election campaign, as Greens, we say, we are your allies. We are standing by your side, no matter where you are from, no matter where you are. We are in Europe, but all across the world, the voice that fights for freedom, that fights for democracy, and that fights for human rights. So this goes out to all the world. Greens stand by the side of the people that are fighting for freedom. But I also want to speak about the courage of the brave Ukrainians who are standing up against a brutal aggressor. We know that the Green Deal is not only about climate policy, it is also about our common security. And the people who are defending our security and our freedom in Europe right now are most of all Ukrainians. And I want to make sure that there is one thing that is crystal clear that comes from this Congress. Greens will stand by the side of Ukraine no matter how long it takes. We are there. We are in solidarity with you. We see your struggle. And we are not giving up fighting for you. But also inside of Europe, there are hundreds of thousands, millions of people who are showing courage. The wonderful women in Poland that I've already paid tribute to yesterday, lesbians in Italy who are standing up to anti-LGBTI policies, in Hungary, the LGBTI community, the millions of people who are shaping our democracies every day. And yes, today we know that there is a very big demonstration that is going to happen in Berlin. But I especially want to basically declare this moment, devote this moment to the people in the small villages, the people that are standing up, for example, in Eastern German villages, where there is a big majority that is voting for AfD. And these people in the last weeks have taken to the streets, sometimes only in the dozens, sometimes in the hundreds. But these are the people that we have to support. These are the people that are shaping our democracies, that are defending our values. And these people are the ones that are showing exactly this courage. But I also want to speak about the courage of those people who speak up about children who grow up in poverty, who go to school without having had breakfast, who are still struggling with their livelihoods. And I want to make sure that in this election campaign, we are going to stand up to this cycle of inequality, because Europe has to do more. And we know, and everybody in this room knows that having austerity again is not the answer to this. We have to stand up to the dogma and the ideology of austerity. We are going to fight for a socially just Europe that is leaving no one behind, that stands up against poverty, and that gives people hope and a vision for a better life. But you know what also takes courage? It takes courage to change our ways. For example, to make steel with renewable energy, or to invent new methods of producing items without using polluting chemicals. Or, for example, to do sustainable agriculture, to redesign the way how we are building our inner cities so that they are also more accessible to bikes. Or to create millions of jobs that the green transformation can bring. All of this deserves courage, and I want us to be the ally of all of those people who are already doing that as we speak, because EPP and the Liberals are wrong when they say that the Green Deal is something that goes against our economy. The Green Deal is going to be the basis of a future economy that is built within the boundaries of this planet, that is built on social justice, and that is the kind of economy that we are going to fight for in this election campaign. But I also want us, all of us, to have courage to go out of our comfort zones in this election campaign. I want us to speak to people that we are usually not speaking to, people from heavy industry, people from areas that feel abandoned, people who might not be convinced of green ideas yet. I think that we have the concepts, that we have the empathy, that we have the abilities that it needs to convince these people, and this is the kind of courage that I want all of us to have in this election campaign, to stand up for what we believe in, and I'm sure with the support of all of you that we are going to make that. And lastly, and I have to say it one more time because many of you know that this is something that is very close to my heart, I think that there is a real threat that on the 10th of June we are going to have a surge of the far right in the European Parliament. There is this threat, we cannot deny it. But I think Ernest was speaking today, when we look at Poland, when we look at other examples, that one thing has also been proven. If we give up now and just believe that it's going to happen anyway, we are going to lose. But if we stand up to the surge of the far right, like the millions of people are doing across Europe already, then it is absolutely clear that we can turn this around. We can win back the momentum, move forward on the Green Deal, stand up for our values, for social justice, and against the far right. And this is the kind of election campaign that I want to run with you. I have all my energy to run an election campaign that does that and to stand with you for an equal, for a social, for an ecological Europe. I know that we can win, and I want to fight side by side with you. Thank you very much.